All right, quick, come this way and do not get bored, okay? Do not get bored. You can be a great intraday stock and futures trader and still be a bad option trader, especially if you're using those short dated ones. You need great timing, zeros, ones, twos, you know the drill. However, if you follow this live session right now, it will change your life. It will change the way you look at them. It will change the way you approach them. And just do not get bored. Just watch this live session, okay? Watch it. We think there's a reversal happening right now, and Major Wager is catching it. But before we show you that, let's look at something real quick. This is the multi-strategy, multi-legs options. We can see here at 10, 12, we had the biggest amount of calls sold right before that drop. We wanted to show you exactly why we are even down here to begin with, even though we think that there's a reversal happening. So let's look at this for now. So here we can see that those calls sold right around here, right? You see how that line goes down? That's the line representing the calls being traded. So that went down, and look at what happened to the market. The market went down right after those calls were sold at the tippy top. Now, we think that is a reversal happening right now down here. And yes, all the way down here, we think that we're catching a reversal live right now. Flow has been completely bearish all day, with minor changes here and there, but we think that we're catching a reversal live right now. You see a bunch of puts being sold down here. You see those little lines going up, those are puts being sold, and it's happening live right now. So we can expect a full reversal. We think there's going to be a full reversal because you can see how that pokes out from all the puts that sold today. So yes, 10:30, and we think that the reversal is on. Uh, it should be. Major Wager is catching it right now, and this is exactly what it does every day. So let's wait and see. So yeah, I think we caught it. There's a reversal in the market right now as we speak, and we use the 0 DTE to catch it. Here we can see where the reversal happened. It happened at the negative gamma level. And also, if we look at the delta level, it happened exactly at the biggest delta level where the positive and the negative deltas were. If we went down right there, we will have a bunch of support right here. We can see there's a bunch of calls being held there. So we will have bounced regardless. The market was never going down today. So here, let's wait a little bit more and then see how far this reversal goes. But we caught this reversal live right now. I think we're around 10, 15 points of the reversal. So let's wait here and see what happens. 40 points up from the bottom. We caught that live. That was classic. It caught it right down at the bottom right here when these alerts went off right here with um 25, $28 million worth of puts sold down there. You can see the trend is changing bullish now, and that was classic. It does this every day. If there's a reversal to be had, it will find it because this is where the biggest pockets, smartest participants um come in, and this is happening at um certain levels like the gamma level, and they're really attached to the open interest of those levels. So yeah, we found it perfectly. We found exactly where the market makers was going to hedge. We found exactly where the biggest participants were coming in, and we're able to bottom ticket and top ticket based on that data alone. And this happens like all the time. Trading options is extremely difficult. You could be a great stock trader or even futures trader. Um, but if you don't have great timing, you're not a great option trader because that requires times, and these contracts have a lot of data on them. So yeah, we wanted to show you the reversal live, and we caught it. We think there's a little bit more to go, so let's wait and see what happens here. 50 points from the bottom, 50 points. We caught it right here. We saw it happening here. with a bunch of these guys coming in and buying, I mean, selling those puts right down there. Again, if there's a reversal to be had, it will find it because usually it means that the biggest participants are part of it. You can see here the momentum is bullish here, and the overall flow is bearish, but it's trending bullish. I think it might get there. These are very tricky. You just have to follow what the momentum is right now, and we're super bullish. We need to see if someone comes in and maybe buy some puts, sell some calls, or something like that. But right now, it looks great. We caught the exact bottom right down there, and you can see how many of these guys traded there with millions, tens of millions of dollars of puts selling down there. There's traders that are out there that use flow tools, but it makes it's still hard for them because they don't. These guys can be sitting at the ass at the bid. They could be accumulating. It doesn't really show them anything. But here we have a way of tracking them exactly when they get in, and you can be riding with them exactly when they get in. But yeah, I think we could be going a little bit more because I don't see any levels yet. We may have a delta and gamma level coming up, so let's pay attention to that. But I think right now we're still moving up, so let's see what happens here. Huge calls being sold up here. Looks like some profit taking after we made that big move. That's a large player, and our algo will have told you about this player right now. It will have sent a notification telling you, okay, there's been a major wager. But compare it to what we saw down there with not only a major wager alert, two major wagers alert, but a bunch of people selling nearly $28 million worth of puts down there at the same level. It's not the same thing, but I would still respect them because that's a well getting out, and the algo would have told you about that trade because you can see right here is the biggest calls being traded today. So I will respect them. I will take some profits off also, and the fact that we're really close to our delta level, so I would respect them. But here, let's see what happens here. Okay, we made it a few more points above where that guy sold those calls. We caught the bottom and we're 65 points up from the bottom. That's huge. That's a huge move. We caught it down here. Major wager alerts went out down here. There was two alerts that went out back to back down there with about $28 million worth of puts selling, telling us to get into the trade. And now we made it to our gamma level and our delta. You can see the delta drops off here. So if you are long, I will get out here. This is where we take our profits. But let's see what happens here. We're closing the trade, a successful trade. But let's watch it. This is the intraday gamma level and intraday delta level. So you see how it drops up after here? I will just get out here. We could close the trade for a successful trade. If you have a large risk appetite, you can take a put or short the futures because we saw a large amount of calls being sold up here. Now, it wasn't as much as the one from the bottom here that we caught that went for 65 points. You can see the trend is kind of like choppy a little bit. But I will get out here because we made it up here. And also because there's a bunch of calls being sold right here. You can see them. So it's time to get out and then let's just watch this. 20 points, 20, like 23 points drop from those levels. Wow. You see, this is what happens exactly at the level. Let's see what happens here. But this drop happened exactly from our delta and gamma level, and also the intraday gamma and intraday delta levels. So you have these levels for you; they're always there. But yeah, let's see what happens here. That's a quick 20 something points drop, but we're not in this, and we don't have to worry about it. Let's see what happens here. Oh, look at that. 40 points down from those guys selling those calls. Um, it happened exactly at our level, and so we're not blindsided by them. And this is what exactly what Major Wizard does every day. We saw them selling those calls right here. and we caught this bottom right here, went all the way up, and then we saw them selling those calls. There's a little bit of puts selling, so I wouldn't be in a trade if I was short anymore. But so the market bounced back. We mentioned those puts sold were selling down there, and you see exactly how the market reacted to them. We wouldn't have taken it, even though those puts sold right here. The reason being is if you look at that happened earlier, you see those puts that sold earlier, it wasn't as big or bigger than them. So our system wouldn't have notified you about them. You would have seen it if you were active on the site, and then if you had a big appetite, you would have went for this bounce here. But we wouldn't have our system would have told you about it, but you could have just taken it yourself. But yeah, yeah, this is what it does. Major wager will be out soon for everyone to just use it, and good luck. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Go ahead and follow. Hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and when we release this, you should get a notification for it. Because of the nature of this product, we have to make sure that it's released properly, and we're intentional about who has access to it. So yes, good luck.